Today, we're watching a growing campaign that says more about our culture than it does about dogs. PETA has filed a lawsuit against the American Kennel Club, targeting French bulldogs and the breed standards that define them. The narrative is simple: these dogs are suffering, and only sweeping regulations or outright bans will save them. But the reality, as usual, is more complicated. French bulldogs and other brachycephalic breeds undeniably have health challenges. No credible breeder denies this. And yes, there are legitimate critiques to be made about how some breeders, and even breed clubs, have failed to prioritize health over appearance. Yet we should ask ourselves, who decides what is acceptable? Is it lifelong breeders and veterinarians working to improve their dogs responsibly? Or is it activist groups that rely on emotional campaigns to drive donations and headline clicks? Many breeders and owners would agree that the breed standards could evolve to better support healthier, more functional dogs. That conversation is overdue in some circles, but it should be driven by evidence and experience, not by a moral panic that treats dog breeding as a convenient villain. Because make no mistake, this is part of a larger trend, using politics, lawsuits, and public shaming to control how people live, what animals they keep, and what traditions they value. Today, it's French bulldogs. Tomorrow, it could be any breed with traits that don't fit a narrow vision of acceptable. This doesn't mean we pretend the problems don't exist. Responsible breeders are already working on solutions: better health screening, more transparent education, and more thoughtful breeding choices. But progress happens when communities lead the effort themselves, not when politicians and activists try to legislate away centuries of history and human animal connection. The real risk here is that the loudest voices are not necessarily the most informed. When ideology overshadows nuance, all we get is division and harm, to breeders, to owners, and ultimately to the dogs themselves. If you care about bulldogs, or about the basic freedom to make responsible choices without being dictated to by self appointed crusaders, now is the time to stand firm. Because once these rights are stripped away, they don't return. This is not a debate to sit out or shrug off. It's a coordinated effort to undermine the legitimacy of breeding itself and to shame anyone who doesn't conform to a narrow ideology. The future of these breeds, and the right to shape that future as informed, ethical breeders and owners, will be decided by those who refuse to be intimidated. Standing up for these dogs means refusing to let noise and moral grandstanding replace facts, experience, and personal freedom. Leave a comment below, whether you agree or disagree. Let's have an honest conversation. Subscribe to the channel to stay updated on topics that matter to breeders, owners, and everyone who cares about dogs. And give this video a like if you believe in protecting both animal welfare and the freedom to make responsible choices. Thanks for watching and for standing up for the breeds we love.